Example 2b, it says to use the laws of logarithms. So because it specifically wants us to use the laws here, I'm going to show this one in a couple different ways. If I'm supposed to use the laws, that means I must have to expand it. It's already a single logarithm. So if we were to expand this, I would, because these are multiplied right now, I would add them and evaluate each one. So log base 7, I would, let's just go on the side here. I would let log base 7 equal x. 7 to the x equals 7, so that has an exponent 1, so x equals 1. It's going to be true that anytime you have the same base number and you've got your exponent here, you're always going to have an exponent 1. So whenever the base number and the argument are the same, this will always equal 1. You don't have to memorize that rule because you can always work it out, but if you do start to recognize that, so this is going to equal 1. Let's evaluate this side. I still have to apply a few more rules to this. Log base 7, this is going to be 7 to the 1/2. Now I'm going to apply that power law. So I'm going to have 1/2 to the log base 7. Now I can evaluate that because I just did that here. So this is 1 plus 1/2 times 1, which is 1.5 or 3/2. Now, I evaluated this question using laws of logarithms simply because I was specifically asked to do this. Had this question just said using logs or just said evaluate, which is most likely how I would leave it as open-ended. If I didn't use the laws, so I'll just say without the laws, I already have it as a single logarithm, and I find that's usually a little easier, so I'm not calculating two separate things. So I would have put my let statement right away. And this is the interesting thing about logs. You're going to notice there can be often several ways to do one question. I'm going to let this equal x right away. Now I'm going to put it in exponential form. So this would have been my go-to method had that question not been worded like that. And now I'm going to solve. So I want to get a common base. So 7 to the 1/2. This has an exponent of 1. I can't set exponents equal to each other until I just have one base on this side. So we're going to write this, you add exponents. So 1 plus 1/2 is 1.5. Now you've got your single base on each side. So x is equal to 1.5. So I find that a little bit easier. So you would be able to use that method too, of course.